Hi, I am Mariam Corso, and I am here at the Himalayan Yog Ashram in Rishikesh. And I'm here today with Yogi Ram, who is the founder of the ashram, and really have a lovely opportunity to ask Yogi Ram a few questions about yoga at his ashram and yoga in Rishikesh in general. So I would just like to start by saying that this is my third visit to the ashram. I first came in 2018 just for an ashram visit and really enjoyed it, and now I have come back several times. And this visit, I'm noticing that many of the other people also at the ashram are on their visits again after first coming to the ashram. So it's really gaining a following, and I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about what makes this ashram so special.
Thank you, Mary, to give me this opportunity to share something. I'm in this field of yoga, teaching especially, from last 25 years, and in practice, almost 35 years I'm practicing. I was driven from childhood for the traditions. There was a deep appetite in me, nostalgia in me, to meet traditional monks. This was my really longing, and it came to my life. I met great master. My Guruji was incredible, skillful practitioner, very talented man, who helped me a lot to understand, evolve, and who gave me great structure of practice. And when I started 25 years before, that time there was no yoga schools. We were teaching in balconies or in open verandas or open roofs, because that time there was no concept of yoga schools. So it was very beautiful and an interesting time. And very few people were going there, coming in Rishikesh at that time for yoga. Some foreigners were there more for tourism. Of course, there was spiritual quest in them. And then slowly this trend came into business to add yoga in hotels. And then slowly yoga schools came also. And then what changes we are experiencing nowadays, that here in Rishikesh also is becoming more the physical, and some people are westernizing also yoga. I cannot say all. There are still people who are really maintaining value of tradition, to introduce people actual form of yoga who are coming from West. Because people who are coming from West, they are coming here for India. If they have only to do physical aspect or westernized yoga, there are great expert people in Europe or other countries also. So we have to be very aware to provide them that essence, to let them feel what lineage means, what tradition means, what word parampara, which is Sanskrit word for a Hindi word for tradition. That what is all and what is beyond all, that called parampara. So I can see to us very different type of people are coming, what we experience in Rishikesh, who are sensitive and who have this kind of drive to understand something from lineage. So we are trying to maintain that.
And I've noticed too that with this drive towards attracting Westerners who are used to Western style yoga, there are a lot of new yoga schools that have popped up in Tapovan, and a lot of them are really kind of pushing more the yoga of the West, with a little bit more emphasis on the asanas rather than the spiritual practice behind it. So it's nice to know that at the Himalayan Yog Ashram that emphasis is still on the spiritual aspect of the yoga, the complete set of that makes yoga a very deep practice. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that, the different aspects that help to make yoga a traditional practice.
Yeah.
Beyond beyond asana. Mm.
In tradition, it says your body is a devalaya. Devalaya means house of God, house of deity. So body we can never ignore, body we can never avoid. So anyhow, physical part is included. What is your first spiritual tool is your body. But in a very holistic and balanced way to treat body, to train body, to make your joints healthy, your endocrine system healthy, your nervous system healthy, your digestive system healthy, means all well-being functions should be proper and in tuned. So traditional yoga is designed by great master from thousand and thousand years in that way to attain very balanced way of life where everything goes in very harmonious flow. So traditional yoga goes in that direction. Nowadays, some people are there who are trying to entertain Western people, our Western friends or guests. They think that they are only looking for that. But actually, these people are coming here for India, as I told before. People are coming here for India, to experience India. And if we will provide them same kind of stuff what you are doing in West, then where is the difference? So, meanwhile, valuing your body, valuing asana, valuing pranayama, we are trying to keep the essence of yoga, that what is final goal is awakening. Awaken your body, awaken your mind, and awaken your consciousness to attain really fine quality of mindfulness. What I want to say, heartfulness. I don't want to say mindfulness because in West you are already too much into mind. So I want to add word in this, heartfulness. This we are trying to do. So we are very careful to remain aware, to not make it westernize yoga.
And one of the things that I know we all appreciate at the ashram too is the sharing about Ayurveda as well. There's a bit of that always going on. The meals are structured with health in mind. Perhaps you could share a little bit about that.
Actually, everything is part of this. This is all like a kind of a body. Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, pranayama. Actually, a proper balanced code of conduct of life. The way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you move, the way you sit down, the way you do yoga, the way you talk. Every aspect of life, your relationships, everything, every aspect of life, that what kind of health you are getting in everything. So with this approach, I always try to tell people that think about holistic way of life, where you can add finest things from West, finest things from East. But to not go only on physical side only. Physical aspect is very small aspect of totality of yoga. Because final goal is awakening.
When Western students come to the ashram to do yoga teacher training, are they likely to find the same, a very different approach to teaching than they would find in the West? Or is it fairly similar in terms of what to expect from teacher training?
I think this is very unfair, if I would say, if they are expecting as per Western needs. Because let's say if I go to West, how I can expect things which is fitting to my Indian lifestyle? I have to be adaptive, right? And then if they will understand some Indian approach and then adjust and adapt and modify as per their lifestyle, that would work very good. Then they will really openly enjoy traditional side, what is our real approach and goal behind this, without westernizing this from our side. And to see what is the essence, what is the soul behind, what is the philosophy behind, practical philosophy behind. And we are trying our best to do that and maintain that. But if they only expect that they need Western structure, that would be very unfair. Same time, we're very open in very holistic approach.
I mean, this is the home of yoga, so it is fair that we adapt to what is here, as opposed to expecting, you know, what has become the norm in the West. You know, we're coming home to the heart of yoga here.
Yeah, I would say that just come with open heart. No need that you have to turn into Hindu or anything. Just with open heart, experience, because it will make you more rich. And then in better way you can teach and help other people there also, who never been here, and maybe many of them, they will not come, who knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. One more question. In terms of when people leave the ashram, perhaps with their teacher training certificate, is there any sort of support that any sort of community that people can be a part of afterwards, where they can link in and still, even when they go back to their countries, still be able to connect with the ashram?
First of all, we are not doing only teacher trainings, because there are many people who want to come for them for 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. They want to experience for them and work on themselves, on health, on their mind, on their emotion, and on their deep spiritual contemplation and inquiry. So we are open for everyone, not only for teacher training.
It's true. I'm not here for teacher training on any of my visits, but so that's true.
Yeah, and for this support system, what you are asking, we are working seriously on that. As you know, we are working together also to build up a system that where they can connect us via Zoom or subscribe on through our website, to get some links to remain connected, to listen some good philosophical thoughts, practical philosophical thoughts, to remain in tune, and meanwhile ask their questions to us. So we are working on support system to not leave them alone in this, that they always feel some kind of support is there, motivation is there.
As we have discussed before, the hardest part is taking what we've all experienced here and taking it back home.
Yes.
And trying to maintain the practice, trying to maintain the high vibrations that we have here, and taking that home with us and fitting that into our lives back home. That is the challenge.
Yes.
So
in that society and culture, it's very hard to get that support.
It is. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
I think for now is good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much.